Well, Environment Minister, who's also a doctor, Harshvardhan, spoke today to NDTV saying that there are many reasons for air pollution and there can't be a surgical strike as an answer. He also asked what is the scientific evidence backing odd and even. Meanwhile, the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said, yes, Delhi is like a gas chamber, but don't blame us. It's the other state's fault. He asked the Prime Minister to call a meeting of Chief Ministers. But Amrinder Singh, Punjab Chief Minister, says there's nothing he can do, adding that the Delhi Chief Minister is a peculiar man.
In certain respects, the government led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi is very decisive. And some people suggest that when 300 million people are suffering due to air pollution, the Prime Minister personally needs to step in and do what they say is a surgical strike on air pollution. As Environment Minister and as a doctor and as Science Minister, do you think the Prime Minister should step in as soon as possible?
You see, as far as the Prime Minister is concerned, I can tell you that he is the Prime Minister with unusual, I would say, activism at the back of his mind. Even today also, we had a meeting in the Prime Minister's office with all our officers, and so he keeps a watch and a very, very pointed, you can say, eye on everything that's happening. So it's not that he is not aware. And what you call as a surgical strike, all these things that we are mentioning, they are in fact the components of what you can call as a surgical strike. But they should, the state government should not wait for the polluted air one day to cross a particular limit to then start talking about it.
But for crop burning, states have been asking for money, and they ask money from the central government so that they can use those happy tillers. So is the Environment Ministry supporting that?
As far as the state government's support in terms of money, I think, you know, in the latest finance bill, the state governments are getting much, much more than what they should be, they were usually getting. So just to pass the buck and say this money, that money, I think that's not a fair thing. They have never talked about it anywhere. Now suddenly they are they are finding themselves helpless. They are not doing the basic things that they should be doing. And now just because they have to talk about something, they start talking about it. If they have a scientific backing, let them produce those scientific facts and the results of the experiment which was done last year. And if it has the scientific support that it was able to alleviate people's suffering by introducing another suffering to them, then who is going to object to it?